the ultimate beauty and relaxation experience. Preparation. Before greeting your customer, be sure to create an atmosphere in your treatment room. The acoustic and olfactory environment, as well as the decoration, play a major role in the ritual experience. Transforming your treatment room means creating an atmosphere that stimulates the senses. Select the music carefully and protect the room from all noise pollution. Diffuse the Prodige ambiance fragrance. Set the lighting, showcase the bed, your products, the jewelry box. Everything must be done to make sure that the person feels that they are the focus of your attention. For an exceptional moment, prepare your bed as a cocoon. A cocooning mattress and contour memory pillow will add a new dimension to your massage. A velvet sheet gives an exquisite feel. Every detail should be handled with care. Welcome, essential prelude to the ritual. For total customer care, the welcome will condition the mind and the body for pure relaxation. Welcome ceremony. Greet the person by name, welcome her, and introduce yourself. Make the initial contact with the person by starting with the hand and foot purification. For your own comfort, as well as for your clients, delicately wrap the hands and feet with oshibores scented with aquatic essence that have been warmed in the hot cabby. Begin the ritual with the first step, initial sensory contact. This first step is an opportunity to make an initial contact and thus to discuss the desired intensity of the massage, areas to be avoided or to emphasize. Start by performing the first maneuver, hair stroking. Start at the top of the head. Spread your fingers to create a rainfall on the hair in 3 phases. First phase, from the head to the shoulders. Second phase, from the head to the middle of the shoulder blades. And the last phase, from the head to below the shoulder blades. Continue this initial contact with the second maneuver, rolling palm pressures. Start at the shoulders and apply waves of pressure on the area from the nape of the neck out to the shoulders. Move back and forth 3 times. Complete this first step with the thumb kneading. This maneuver can be broken down into 3 lines. The first line starts at the shoulders and moves up towards the trapezius muscles, up to the occipital hollows, then smooth back down. The second line starts at the shoulders, going toward the middle of the shoulder blades, ending at the occipital hollows, then smooth back down. The third line starts at the shoulders, towards the scapular notches, ending at the occipital hollows. Slide back down each line, smoothing with the thumbs. Each maneuver is carried out with a slow rhythm. The therapist gradually adapts her pressure to the client's requirements. The therapist's hands can feel all tension, tenseness in the body, and the person's real state. Once established, this sensory diagnosis allows you to perfectly personalize the ritual. Once this initial contact is completed, help the customer to lie down on her back. Gentle Korean relaxation. The purpose of this technique is to condition the body to receive the ritual and to relax by using positioning techniques. This consists in wave-like swaying of the limbs. Start with the pelvis. Place your hands at kidney level and apply a rocking movement. Then delicately remove your hands to open up the pelvis. Continue with the legs. Hold the ankles with your hands and shake the legs randomly to get the customer to relax. Once she's relaxed, let go of the two legs on the bed. Then the shoulder blades and shoulders. Position yourself on the side opposite to the shoulder to be worked on. Slide one hand under the shoulder to lift it, and to allow the other hand to slide under the shoulder blade. Then press with the other hand on the shoulder to open it up. Finish with the nape of the neck and the head. Starting at the nape of the neck, hold the head between your hands to stretch it slightly with a smooth rocking movement. Continue with the third step, welcome head massage. Before performing this massage, spray with reviving marine mist and ask the person to take 3 deep breaths. You can accompany the movement with light pressure on the sternum with the palm of the hand and the plexus with the fingertips. This massage is inspired by Shiro Shampi. It conditions the mind to disconnect. First maneuver. Knead the 7th cervical vertebra. With your index and middle fingers, make 3 cross-uncross movements on the 7th cervical area. Then perform a neck stretch. Alternately stretch with the hands 3 times. Continue with the octopus knead. Work on the scalp, put your hands in the octopus configuration and use the fleshy part of the fingers in contact with the scalp to apply more or less vigorous friction. Perform this maneuver 3 times and then release. Move on to the hairline maneuver. Place your 2 thumbs at the top of the forehead and smooth the entire contour of the face down to the occiput area. Then with your 4 fingers, take over to move down the nape of the neck. Smooth down once, then repeat in a circular movement 3 times. Continue with the triple half-skull lines. Turn your model's head to one side and perform the same movement on 3 lines. The first line is an arch around the ear. The second line starts in line with the end of the eyebrow . And the third line starts in line with the middle of the eyebrow. Repeat the 3 lines on the other side of the head. Perform reunification. Knead with the fleshy areas of the hand over the entire scalp. Perform this movement 3 times. Continue with Simantra points. One thumb on top of the other on the top of the head, and the index and middle fingers on the parotoids. Make energizing circular movements 3 times. Complete the step with the last maneuver, the comb wave. Run your fingers through the hair like a comb and make a voluptuous wave from the roots to the ends 3 times. Prepare. Skin conditioning step. The Japanese call this opening to the doors of beauty. The skin is prepared and its metabolism is activated, ready to receive the active phases of the ritual. Continue with Éveil à la mer massage. The person is plunged into a protective sea world and plunges into an even deeper relaxed state. The person is naturally more receptive to the Prodige des Océans ritual. Carry out Sea of Sand. The movements reproduce the sound of waves going back and forth on the beach. This is very slow and gentle and is to be performed on top of the towel at the client's ears. Place your hands on the client's shoulders in an embrace and apply pressure 3 times. Keep the same rhythm and the same pressure for the trapeziums 3 times. Do the same at the nape of the neck. For the face, make sure to apply downward pressure and not to make horizontal stretching. This sensation is not the same. 3 times. Cup the hands over the eyes with very light pressure in the center and more intense pressure on the eye contour bone. Pressure on the forehead. Pressure on the release point at the top of the head. Once again, perform Sea of Sand to finish the welcome contact. Continue with the makeup removal step. After removing eye and lip makeup with the Express Makeup Remover, emulsify the gentle cleansing milk with the gentle cleansing brushes. Then rinse with a warm towel moistened with aquatic essence. Next, apply the beautifying tonic lotion to complete the cleansing and treat the skin. Then dry using a dry oshibori. Facial scrub. Take 2 milliliters of melting scrub with marine crystals. Heat it in the hollow of your hands and apply it to the entire face, neck and décolleté to perform the following exfoliation techniques. Perform figure of 8s on the oval of the face. The masseters, the forehead, the nose, the neck, and the neckline. Continue with small figure of 8s, targeting the forehead, frown lines, temples, nose, nasal folds, chin, then the neck, and the décolleté. Emulsify with the fingertips. Rinse with a warm oshibori, then drying with the same oshibori as used to dry the face after the lotion. All the benefits of the sea in one essential step, intensely activating cell regeneration and relieving fatigue. Continue the ritual by spraying reviving marine mist, then perform regenerating digitopressure. Carry out the finger pressure maneuvers, 3 progressive pressures per point. Point Indu, pituitary. Online governing vessel points, from the Indu point towards the hair root. Trio, gallbladder, stomach, bladder on the forehead. Kidney point at the head of the eyebrow. Midpoint of the eyebrow, colon point at the tip of the eyebrow, circular pressure on the temples, stomach point on the edge of the lower orbit. large intestine trio point, stomach, small intestine. From the sides of the nose to the masseter. First line at nose level, the second from the corner of the mouth, the third at the facial contour level. The conception channel point on the center of the chin. Finish with alternating stretching of the neck to stimulate the nerve exchanges. Correct. Secret of the ritual's effectiveness, the active phase, a wealth of special professional products and a signature technique. Continue by applying the mask. Before starting the arm massage, apply 8 ml of mask, previously warmed in the hot cabby. Apply with a brush on the entire face, neck and neckline. Arm massage. Then apply 5 ml of massage balm to the arms, from the shoulders to the hands, in preparation for your arm massage. Start the massage by applying pressure 3 times from the shoulders towards the feet. Start the relaxing phase. Fingertip waves. Use light strokes under the arms with open fingers to stream down from the shoulder to the elbows 3 times, then from the elbow to the hand 3 times. Move on to the stimulating phase. Alternating circular palm pressures. Alternately use the fleshy parts of your hands in circular pressure on the arms, down from the shoulders 3 times, then on the forearm 3 times. Finish with the draining phase. Forearm smoothing. With your outside hand holding the person's hand, use your inside forearm to smooth the inside of the arm. Alternate with the outside forearm in a massage on the outside of the arm. The movement should be enveloping. Carry out this movement 3 times, finishing by cupping the hand to finish the last movement. Hand massage, cold creamery massage. Comforting stroking movements. With one hand in front of the other, hands flat and perpendicular to your client's hand, make stroking movements to the hand and arm, moving upwards. Then work back downwards with one hand on the top and the other underneath, enveloping the arm and then the hand, 5 times. Smoothing of the arm. Thumbs together, smooth the hand and the forearm moving upwards. Open the fingers out in a fan shape above the elbow, and then slide back down the sides of the arms with the flats of the hands without pressure. Smoothing of the wrist. As you finish the previous maneuver, take your client's wrist in your hands and then smooth the wrist with circular movements simultaneously with both thumbs. Relaxing stretch. Simultaneously crush the top of the hand with your femur eminences, moving from right to left to work on all intermetacarpal spaces. Relaxation and stretching of the fingers. Make 2 circles on each joint, starting from the proximal phalanx to the distal phalanx, and continue by stretching the finger. To move to the next finger, make a transition maneuver by sliding under the finger with your thumb and forefinger so as not to lose contact. Do the same on each finger. Relaxing smoothing. Working on the palms with your thumbs, make alternating smoothing movements from the wrist towards the base of the fingers, from right to left and left to right. Stretching of the wrist and fingers. One hand exerts gradual pressure on all the fingers, pushing them backwards, while the thumb of the other hand makes circular movements on the palm and the thinner eminence. Transition maneuver. Close your hand around the thumb, then turn your client's hand to the palm side. Warming kneading. With your thinner eminences, knead the fingers and the palm of the hand from right to left and left to right. Localized kneading. Position your little finger between the thumb and the forefinger, and your second finger between the little finger and the ring finger to open up the client's hands. Make a deep circular movement with your thumb at the base of the index finger, and gradually move towards the base of the little finger. Deep circular movements on the lifeline towards the wrist, then slide back up to the lifeline. Do the same on the hypothenor eminence. Finish with the pressure on the solar plexus. Overall kneading. Make alternating circular movements on the whole hand, placing emphasis on the thinner eminences. Drainage. With thumbs, make alternating circular movements starting from the wrist up to the elbow, then make a fan shape on the arm before moving back down the sides of the arms with the flat hands. Transition maneuver. At the end of the previous maneuver, move back down with one hand below the other in order to turn your client's hand over. Beak stretch. Hands flat perpendicular to your client's hand. Stroke the hand and forearm moving upwards, then back down, with the thumbs together, stretching the forearm, hands and fingers. Comforting stroking movements. Carry out the same movements on the other hand. Start the Prodige des Océans signature massage. Start with the relaxing phase. Sternocleidomastoid strokes. Run your hands down to the sternocleidomastoid muscles with the sides of the hands. Gentle pressure with the hands face to face on the décolleté. Slide to the shoulders and back up to the trapezius muscle to the occiput. 5 times. Continue with the light shoulder, trapezius, nape strokes. Carefully pivot the head to one side. Start under the ear, smoothing from the neck, along the décolleté to the shoulder with the back of the hand. Then work around the shoulder with the palm of the hand and slide along the décolleté, around the other shoulder and on down to the elbow. Move back up via the trapezius muscle to the occiput in light enveloping strokes. 5 times. Repeat the same maneuver on the other side. Alternating circular movements with the thumbs on the facial oval. Alternating circular movements with the thumbs on the entire facial oval. 3 times. Extend this maneuver with circular maneuvers on the masseters, then the earlobes, and finish on the temples. 3 times. Continue with forehead temple smoothing. Alternate with the back and the palm of the hand to perform smoothing on the forehead. Back and forth 3 times. Complete this phase with the prayer, placing praying hands, hands joint, on the sternum and smooth the oval of the face with the forearms, then with your hands. Extend this maneuver to the cheeks and the temples, finishing on the forehead, 3 times. Move on to the stimulating phase. Each maneuver is performed 3 times. Start with facial overpressure smoothing. From the ears to the chin, back and forth, smoothing between the bent index finger and middle fingers. Continue by smoothing the facial oval. Use the thumb and the other fingers as pinchers to smooth the oval of the face from one ear to the other. Start by working one half of the face, moving slightly to one side of the model to find a better position for performing the following maneuvers. Décolleté neck scoop smoothing. With one hand in delicate contact on the head, the other hand smooths up the décolleté and the neck. Neck, cheek, temple scoop smoothing. Repeat the first maneuver and extend your movement to the cheek and the temple. Continue with alternate smoothing of the cheeks. Perform alternate smoothing with both hands on the entire cheek. Move on to Yoko pinching. One hand performs tonic pinches to stimulate the skin, while the other hand applies deep tapping maneuvers. Perform this maneuver on 3 horizontal lines: oval, cheeks, temples, back and forth. Perform crossed smoothing on the cheeks. The hand closest to the model smooths upward on the oval towards the temple. The outside hand smooths perpendicularly from the nose to the ear. Continue with lifting, beating maneuvers. Use the side of the hands to make alternating dynamic upward movements from the oval of the face towards the temples. Use the index fingers for the areas around the eyes, and for the forehead as well as for the eyebrow. Continue with vertical lift and roll maneuvers. Start at the top of the cheekbones to perform lift and roll maneuvers, rolling to the bottom of the facial oval, then back up with the thumbs. Perform this maneuver on 3 lines: upwards with the thumbs, downwards with the fingers. Then perform horizontal lift and roll. Perform the same maneuver horizontally. On 3 lines, start from the center of the face and move towards the ear. The maneuver is more delicate with 2 fingers so as to target and work on the crow's feet and the contour of the eyes. Finish with the glasses maneuver. This is a movement around the eyes to change sides. Twisting movements on the temples, smooth with your index fingers above and below the eye to the frown line. Crisscross on this area. And continue to smooth with your 2 index fingers above and below the eye to the other temple. Repeat all the maneuvers on the other half of the face. Continue with crisscross on the forehead. Use the thumbs back and forth along 3 lines. Start from the middle of the hairline and crisscross towards the top of the eyebrow, then toward the middle of the eyebrow, and finish at the end of the eyebrow. One side, then the other. Complete this phrase with the prayer. Place praying hands on the sternum and smooth the oval of the face with the forearms. Then your hands, extend this movement to the cheeks and temples, finishing on the forehead. Start the draining phase. Each maneuver is performed 5 times. Start by smoothing the forehead. Start with the thumbs, lightly press and slowly smooth from the forehead towards the eyebrow. Continue with half-face smoothing. Using the thumbs and sides of the hands, start from one side of the nose and move towards the parotids, pressing lightly and slowly, smoothing. Repeat on the other side. Continue with décolleté smoothing. Using the sides of the thumbs, start with the oval of the face and move down the neck, finishing this movement on the subclavicular nodes. Complete this phase with the prayer. With praying hands on the sternum, smooth the oval of the face with the forearms, then your hands extend this maneuver to the cheeks and the temples, finishing on the forehead. Once the massage is finished, rinse the mask off with a warm oshibori. Complete the correct step by applying the concentrate. Shake the concentrate and take 1 milliliter with the pipette. Apply to the entire face, neck and décolleté. Fans. Carry out small fan maneuvers so that the product penetrates in a stimulating manner on the cheeks, forehead, cheeks again, neck, and lastly the décolleté. Optimize. Last sensations of the ritual. Conclusion of this ultimate experience and an attentive, gentle awakening. Apply 2 milliliters of cream and use the Tauger method of application. First step, prodigious infusion. Smooth the product vertically and horizontally with your flat palms. Second step, original stimulation. Smooth outwards with your index and middle fingers on the dark circles of the eye contour area, working towards the crow's feet. Smooth around the mouth, outwards with bent fingers. Finish with stretch and smooth with the fingers from the eyebrows towards the forehead. Prodige Signature Body Massage. This is performed in 3 complementary phases. Once the facial treatment is completed by applying the cream, start by a massage on the front side of the body. Begin the body massage with the abdomen. Warm the massage balm in the palms of your hands and apply in very enveloping gliding strokes over the whole area. Firstly, the relaxing phase. Begin with the lifting wave. Place yourself at the person's head. Perform stroking over the abdomen so that your hands are positioned to start from the pelvis, passing under the person to envelop in a wave movement. Envelop the waist, the sides of the body and the shoulders, and then the back of the neck. 3 times. Next, perform alternating sculpting. Placed in front of the person, one hand on the other, starting from the shoulder with gliding strokes under the collarbone, move downwards along the sternum, then sculpt the ribs in order to position yourself on the waist, to smooth towards the pubis. Alternating on one side, then the other, 3 times. Finish this phase with plexus friction, alternating thumb frictions with your thumbs on the solar plexus area, making circular movements. Then make sliding movements under the ribs. Perform this maneuver 3 times while adjusting the pressure on the plexus, a little deeper each time. The stimulating phase. Begin with flat hand kneading. From the hip to the shoulder, perform flat hand kneading motions backwards and forwards, 1 back and forth. Then perform alternating cupped lifting. Starting from the hip, plunge the cupped hands towards the spine and bring the muscle mass back towards the stomach using alternating smoothing strokes, 1 back and forth. Finish with visceral mobilization in a wave with your eminences, 3 times. Finish with the draining phase. Carry out pumping motions on the cisternae chili. With the flat palm, one hand on the other on the area concerned, carry out light pumping motions, 3 times. Continue with the transit maneuver. making alternate movements with your thumbs in the direction of the transit, beginning with the descending colon, then the transverse colon, and then the ascending colon, in order to finish and complete the movement on the third ascending colon sequence. 3 times. Finish with draining smoothing. Placed at the head of the person, slide from the décolleté to the plexus. Open up the thumbs and with your hands in a bracelet, drain down towards the pelvis. Then up the arms towards the auxiliary lymph nodes without losing contact. 3 times. Let's continue with the legs. Warm the balm in the palm of your hands and gently massage the entire area with rounded movements. First phase, relaxation. Begin with fingertip waves. Massage lightly beneath the leg in alternate fingertip wave movements from the hip to the popliteal fossa 3 times. Then from the popliteal fossa to the foot 3 times. To ease your movement, bend your leg on the treatment bed to support the foot. Continue with this sculpting maneuver. Bend the person's leg to move their heel closer to the buttock. Set the foot in place by sitting very close to it. With the sides of the hands, smooth from the knee to the hip. Then the hands will interlock and pull the knee forwards towards the therapist. Carry out this movement 3 times. Second phase, stimulation. Alternating circular palm pressures. Alternately, use the fleshy parts of your hands in circular pressure on the thighs, right up to the knee 3 times. Then from the knee to the ankle 3 times. And end at the foot 3 times. Upward plats. With your thumbs, draw 4 lines on the instep in between the metatarsal spaces. Then move to the mid-leg with circular movements on the malleolus. Then draw 3 lines inwards on the shin and outwards. Sculpt the knee above, below and above with the thumbs, and continue up the thigh in 3 lines, interior towards the exterior. Close with the draining phase. Begin by forearm smoothing, from the inside of the leg to the hip and back down. Alternate by smoothing from the outside with the other forearm. Adjust the pressure of the massage according to the venous return. Repeat the movement 3 times. Continue with draining movements. With your hands on each side of the leg, move upwards with your thumbs parallel to the foot. Move right up towards the hip and repeat 3 times. Repeat all the maneuvers on the other half. First phase, relaxation. Begin with fingertip waves, sculpting maneuver, stimulation, alternating circular palm pressures. Upward plats. Close with the draining phase, forearm smoothing, draining movements. Complete the front side of the body massage with the feet. Indian mobilization will stimulate the body slightly to prepare the person to turn over. Open the feet. Close the feet. Push the feet upwards and then downwards. Vibrate by pushing slightly on the soles. Then ask your client to turn over. Massage on the back of the body starts on the back. Warm the balm in the palm of your hands and gently massage the entire area with enveloping movements. Begin with the relaxation phase. Lifting wave. Standing at the person's head, the hands will create a wave from the pelvis, moving under the person and back again. Work around the waist, the sides, then up around the shoulders and nape of the neck. Repeat 3 times. Continue by sculpting the shoulder blade. Stand on one side and place your hands one above the other on the scapula. Massage gently towards the shoulder and pull towards you following the outline of the scapula with your fingertips. 3 times. Continue by smoothing of the scapular groove. Place the person's arms slightly folded on their back, keeping the hand down on the lumbar area. Before making the movements, do an initial scanning. Scan the area to identify any tension spots. Then form trigger points with the phalanges of your free hand. Then make circular and smoothing movements with the tips of your thumb. Repeat 3 times. Sculpt and smooth on the other side. Proceed with the stimulating phase. Flat hand kneading. From the hip to the shoulder, perform flat hand kneading motions back and forth, 3 times back and forth. Then perform alternating cupped lifting. Starting from the hip, plunge the cupped hands and bring the muscle mass back towards the stomach using alternating smoothing strokes. Back and forth 3 times. Continue with the plats. With the thumbs, draw 3 lines on each side of the vertebral column. Knead the muscles with the thumbs in alternate movements from the base of the neck to the pelvis. Move back upwards, massaging gently on the sides of the body. Complete by paravertebral pressures, with the phalanges from the cervical area to the lumbar area. Perform this movement just once. Continue with the draining phase. Begin with drawn lines. Move downwards with the hands positioned on each side of the vertebral groove from the neck to the pelvis. Start at the level of the pelvis and draw lines with the tips of your thumbs, exerting pressure from the sacrum towards the hips. Move back upwards in smoothing movements on the sides in order to reposition yourself. Draw lines at the level of the 7th cervical point and move towards the shoulder blades. Repeat 3 times. Octopus. Drain the intercostal muscles with your open fingers 3 times. Continue with forearm smoothing. Alternate on both sides of the back with smoothing movements using the forearms, running from the nape to the pelvis, and back up via the arms. Repeat 3 times. Complete with gentle draining movements. Stand at the person's head and move down towards the waist with open thumbs as if the hands were in a bracelet. Drain to the bottom of the back and then up the arms towards the auxiliary lymph nodes. Repeat 3 times. Complete the massage with the legs. With the balm in the palm of your hands, gently massage the entire area with well-rounded movements. Begin with the relaxation phase. Begin with the lifting wave. Massage lightly under the leg in alternate lifting wave movements, from the hip to the knee 3 times. Then from the knee to the foot 3 times. For better impact in the movement, bend your leg on the treatment bed to support the foot. Bend the person's leg and move it as close as possible to the buttock, taking into account their body flexibility. Hold the foot in both hands to stretch it. Then slide an elbow from the thigh to the buttocks. Press the elbow on the center of the gluteal fold while holding the heel in both hands. Carefully reposition the stretched leg. Continue with the stimulating phase. Begin with alternating circular palm pressures from the thigh to the knee, then from the knee to the ankle, and to the foot 3 times. Use your palms in alternating circular palm pressure movements Then proceed with upward plats. With your thumbs, draw 3 lines on the arches of the foot. Then move towards the mid-leg with circular movements on the malleolus. Then draw 3 lines interior towards the exterior. Sculpt behind the knee, above, below and above with the thumbs, and continue up the thigh in 3 lines, interior towards the exterior. Continue with the draining phase. Begin with forearm smoothing, from the inside of the leg to the hip in to and fro movements. Then alternate the smoothing of the outside area with the other arm in to and fro movements. Adjust the pleasure of the massage according to the venous return. Continue with draining movements. With your hands on each side of the foot, move upwards with your thumbs parallel to the foot, right up to the hip 3 times. End with the feet. The feet are the parts of the body that are directly in contact with the ground, and specific foot techniques will help to stimulate the anchor points. Foot anchor movements. Begin by crushing the heels. The hands and fingers crossed, hold the heel, then make to and fro pressure movements with the eminences. Continue to thumb crisscross on the pads. Use the thumbs to make horizontal crisscross smoothing movements on the pads below the toes. 3 times. Continue with figure of 8 movements of the forearms. Use your forearms to make figure of 8 movements on the heel and sole of the foot, 3 times. Complete with forearm smoothing with interlocked hands. Make 3 smoothing movements of the foot arches with the fleshy part of the forearm in to and fro movements. Then follow up with a sharp downward movement. Close the wonderful ritual with a final awakening massage. It wakes up the body gently and reawakens the person who has been lying down. Begin by changing the balm into a lotion to the entire back of the body. One part after the other, starting with the legs, one after the other, then the back and the arms. Change the balm into a lotion, making light wavy movements with the hands, moisturizing with warm water. Then dry each area by wiping and stretching with the towel. Continue with the Prodige Océans Body Cream Discovery. Apply on the arms and the shoulders by massaging gently with well-rounded movements. End with stretching of the arms and rocking wake-up movements. End by stretching the arms, then rock the body gently at the torso, then stretch the legs and the entire body by the legs. Complete the treatment with the closing ritual. Accompany the person as if they came back to life, as if they'd just woken up from a dream. Your ritual is now ended. Bring the glass of water on a tray with the 4 Prodige des Océans products. If the chosen ritual is only the face, after applying the facial cream, carry out a facial awakening massage. Massage the paravertebrae area. Glide your hands on the scapula, palms facing upwards, and use the fingers to press the paravertebral area right up to the occipital area. Smooth the eyebrows in 3 lines, below, on the eyebrows, and above. The bird movement. Use the back of the hands to gently the massage from the forehead to the maxilla. Pivot around the ears, move towards the temples, turn around and move back downwards to the neckline, down to the arms, and end at the elbows, exerting very mild pressure. Then proceed with the closing ritual.